Let's give these a good washing. Ugh, nasty. Should I rinse them first, or should I put soap on them first? I guess I'll rinse the both of them first. Even have a function, right? Now that they're wet, get some soap like this. Put your hands together. Start lathering them up. More soap. Can't go wrong with some more soap. So, I know I kind of contradicted myself, but it's not all the time I do this. And a majority of the stuff I do buy, I do end up keeping, as you all know. But the whole reason I only pick these up for resale is because, as cute as they are, with the frogs, and these are supposed to be, lilies that they're holding. I know I have room for like everything else, but I just don't have the room for these. It's because they're like a lamp. It's like, I'm not just gonna throw the both of them together up on my table there, or my cabinet with all my knickknacks. Knickknacks, you could pretty much just put anywhere without even bothering to think about it. But with this, you kind of have to have a place to put it, because it's a lamp, little lamps. My mind went blank. You kind of have to have a plan of where these are going to go, where they're going to, what sections of the room they're going to be lighting up, stuff like that. If that makes the least bit of sense. I think it does. It sounds like it does. Because I recently sold a brass, I think these are brass. I think the other one was too, or like a cast iron. It was a cast iron cat lamp. It was an antique lamp from like the early 1900s. And it also had like a, not a lily, but like a tulip-like shade. And it was like pink and blue. It was really pretty. And its eyes also lit up. It had two separate bulbs, one for like, where the shade was, and one for where the eyes were. They were like glass eyes, and they'd light up. They were green. It was pretty cool. And I bought it originally because I actually wanted it. And I did have it on display for a little while, but it's just like, as pretty as all these lamps are, I think I'm better off with just sticking with the knickknacks. Or, well, lava lamps. And yeah, they're like a lamp, but there's actually like more of a, I don't know, you can have a little bit more of a collection with lava lamps versus just, your everyday run-of-the-mill lamps. And even though they're antique or just vintage, the antique I think is like, 100, and vintage is like 25 to 30 years, something like that. But either or, antique or vintage. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just lost my train of thought again. Jesus Christ. But, I don't know. You stay down, cat. They're just not, I just don't see someone having, like, a whole cabinet topped off with, cast iron and brass lamps with these little neato glass shades, unique shades, versus like a whole lineup, like a whole row of like different lava lamps, something like that. I think you know where I'm going with that. But yeah, so I had to let it go. I went to a very happy home love and happy home. And I hope they get very good use out of it and enjoy it for years to come. And same thing with these. I hope they go to a very good, they're one of a kind, very good forever home. And these are real good swimming. Now I'm taking a little too long on having to clean them. They're not that dirty. I mean, just with the rinse of the water alone, clean them up. But they do have a weird funk. Like I said, had to have been in some lady's house with dogs. Older lady, dogs, probably passed away. Obviously, that's where a majority of all this cool stuff comes from at the thrift stores, and ended up at thrift stores because I guess the kiddos didn't want it. Little did they know they should have just held on to it. That's what I had to say. And the cat just got litter all over the floor. Don't you just hate that? I distinctly, like those little mats that, you hope that your cat would land on right after getting out of the cat box, so you wouldn't get litter all over, or they wouldn't get litter all over the floor. And I have a newspaper there instead, as I would think it would do like the same thing just about. And yeah, litter gets all over the newspaper, but then also all over the floor as well. So I'm gonna have to go sweep that up again. I sweep the floor down here because I'm on the first floor. Second, about maybe 6 to 8 times a day, maybe 10, just with the litter alone. Not, I don't have to keep resweeping the whole entire floor over and over again, moving everything, chairs and stuff, but just where the cat box is alone, I have to do that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Wow, I really shined it. Well, here's these. Very shiny. Now, probably gonna kill me for this, but I'm gonna go over once more, just with a little bit of soap. Just one more time. I think I have these little hands. They fit right in. It was up to Jamie. I want to get one finger in. I'll be going thinking no dirty futs. That's messed up. But I mean, within this in general, probably end up breaking it with his big hands. I want this nice and clean. But yeah, all the other stuff I showed you from me thrifting and all that, I'm keeping. Even the Dragon Bowl. That says, that gives you the warning on the bottom saying, if you were to put food into this, it will poison it. Even that. I gotta buy some fake fruits and stuff to put in there. Pretty cool. Now, for the last reason. Sorry that my head's cut off. There's not much I can do about that. Boy, phone's about to die. Almost at the end anyway. Alright. Cleaned up pretty nicely. And we will continue with the frogs in just a little while. Gotta put my phone on the charger again. It's a kitty. It's just Jalika. Ah, woo woo. It's just, you have stinky breath. Ooh, stinky breath cat. All right, I gotta sweep the floor real quick. Come on. Move. All right. Now, onto the cleaning process of the brass frogs. Now that we've cleaned the shades, the glass shades, now it's off to the actual frogs and the cords. Like I said, the frogs and the cords really aren't all that dirty or noticeably dirty, but I might as well clean them out too, so I'll be nice and, you know, sparkling clean. Phone's not at 100% though. I think it's at like 50%. So let's get the ball rolling. Guess we'll start off with this one first. Take the tape off. So I'm going to start out with the cords first because they're more time consuming versus the frog. So I don't really want to get the frog all that wet because there's like this felt bottom. And if I get that wet, then that's just going to fall right off. But I will clean this. And let me get the other one ready to take the tape off that they have on it. And after this video, I'm having supper. I am hungry. Oh, and I also took these things off. These plastic tubing things for where the light sockets go. I'm going to give these a little scrubbing because they're awfully disgusting. Got this old hospital toothbrush, and we're going to use that to clean these out. Sorry if I keep going through this, but, you know, the way the phone's positioned, my phone, I can't necessarily see my eyes the whole time. I want everything to be lickety clean for whomever happens to purchase these in the hopefully the near future. Wish I could have given you all a better view of this, but it's the best we're going to get because I don't got me a camera, you know. Well, this is a camera, but not a video camera. I did have one, but that didn't end too well. Never really cleaned with a hospital toothbrush before. It's very chintzy, very flimsy. Yeah, like I said, this is really clean, actually, surprisingly, but, you know. Oh, and I actually took the vacuum sucker and cleaned out the inside, where there was, like, a lot of hair, buildup of, like, dog hair and stuff. And the reason I say dog hair versus cat hair, dog hair has a more, I don't know, not grainy, but coarse, like, look and texture to it versus, you know, cat hair. So definitely a dog person. Had these lamps, and I got all boogered up. Thank goodness there's someone like me to come to the rescue and clean them all up again. And then sell them. give to their forever home. It's actually a little difficult to do with not the proper toothbrush, because it's a hospital toothbrush. That's okay. We'll make it work. I don't really want to crack open an actual brand new toothbrush I got like from the dentist or whatever to use on this. I'd rather the hospital toothbrush. I did have an old toothbrush lying around. I actually used in my past videos for cleaning like all them blow molds and stuff off, but I got rid of it since, because my one cat, Girly, fat cat, she likes to get swifty on the floor for some reason, even though I clean like the cat box 3 to 4 times a day, and we have 2 of them, so it's always clean, and she refuses to go in it. And if you're not available, to let her out on the back porch right here behind the camera there, so I guess she likes privacy or whatever, which is just weird, but she's the cat and all. Yeah, she'll go on the floor, and the one day, which I never do, I usually look at the floor a lot, so that helps my chances of not walking into that. Well, you know, it was just one of those nights, and I happened to have walked into it, and I had to clean my shoe, or well, flip-flop, and I ended up using the toothbrush I have, the old toothbrush, and yeah, that's how that's done, son. And then I threw it right away, right in the garbage. You gotta wish more sellers took the time. And another cat just got out of the cat box, well, you know, more litter to sweep up. But, gotta wish there was, like, more sellers out there that took the time and effort to actually, like, clean the stuff they bought. Even if it's not visibly dirty, maybe give it just a nice little wipe down with some, you know, spray and even a paper towel, if not, you know, soap and water from your kitchen sink. Most of these people just say once it's bought and in your hands, you can clean it. But I like to clean it because it's, you know, the right thing to do. Especially depending on what you're asking for a lot of your items. It's just something kind to do because it's one less thing they have to do. I mean, they could, you know, you could have in the description, or we'll tell them in your little chats that you might have, that I've cleaned it already, but if they're like a germaphobe or a dirtophobe, I'm a dirtophobe, or, you know, just in general because of COVID and all that, even though that's pretty much coming to an end. And yes, I'm one of those people, I guess, but yeah, they might want to just re-clean it all over again, even though it's already clean to begin with. So yeah, which is just silly because it's already clean. Okay. Treat that over there temporarily. Okay. Now to give the froggy a little bit of a cleanup. Not gonna go too crazy though, because I don't want everything getting wet underneath them. Alright, well there's the one. I think it's a lot shinier than it was at least. Even though, you know, I like to repeat myself a lot, but as I said before, it wasn't really looking all that dirty. Or it didn't feel, you know, grimy like to the touch, but it's always good to wash it all off once in a while. Or well, in general. I'm talking as though I had these since like forever. Even though I just got them. Hey. On to the next one. Ah! Oh. Ooh, my nail just went under the sink thing. Like the border. Ah. How does that even happen? Alright. That hurt. Pretty long cords on these though. That's always a plus. Like say the outlet was like on the other side of like the couch and you wanted this on an end table that was on the opposite side. I believe to say there's a long enough cord to do that. Or you'd need an extension cord, but wouldn't be much because it's like this is already as long as it is. If you had a pretty high shelf, you'd be able to reach that. It's always good to have a long cord. I love these yellow cords though. They actually go quite nicely with the glass shades, the yellow and the green. Orange too. Boy, I'm starving. I can't wait to eat after this. And guess what it is? It's only leftover pasta, but it's nothing better than leftovers, right? Not really a big leftover person, but depends on what it is and how well it cooks the next day, because some foods won't cook right. They'll be like really gross and soggy, or as hard as a rock, or they just won't taste quite right, and it's like, ugh. Better off just going right back out to eat and getting it fresh, you know? I don't want to go down there. If you're wondering exactly what I'm doing, not only just washing, well, scrubbing this cord, in between these cords, where you could put your nail in between there, where it separates from one side to the other, the crease in the middle, I guess. It gets a lot of dirt buildup, and even if you don't see it, if you were to run over it with like a paper towel and use your fingernail in between that towel down the crease of the cord, you couldn't believe how much dirt accumulates inside them. It's really disgusting. So, well, it's as though you haven't flossed, except there's no bleeding involved. I know if you don't floss on like daily, you'll bleed. Your gums will bleed from like the bacteria. So it's always important to floss, boys and girls. Have teeth like mine. Right off to this. Okay, now for the froggy. And this one actually has a bit of just dust buildup on it, so it's a good thing he's getting a good scrubbing. It's really gross. This one must have been in a different spot where we got a lot more dirt accumulated on him over time. Like I said, I'd say these are from the 90s maybe, because of the cords and the little clicky things. Probably wondering, how can you tell all that just by the cords? Well, yeah, the cords. Well, Jamie taught me with lava lamps that if it has a brown cord, 60s, 70s, a white cord, 80s, black cord, 90s, 2000s, etc. That's one way to at least tell what it, how old it is, what its age is. Can't speak for the life of me. Oh well, I never really can. As you all know. This is one dirty toothbrush. It's like I'm brushing his teeth. You've been a bad boy, Mr. Frog. Haven't been keeping up with your teeths. You'll lose them all. Well, you know, frogs don't have teeth, so that's what you get for not brushing. Toothbrush also tells me of how dirty he really is too. Ends up being like all black. And all those nooks and crannies clean. Squeaky. Right, let's see the results. Hey everyone, so I got so caught up with cleaning the two of these frog lamps right here, I completely forgot to show you guys what they looked like lit up. So that's basically what I'm going to be showing you here. Both of them, you know, lit up. Unfortunately, they're nothing like really cool or out of the ordinary like lava lamps or something. Just, you know, generic run-of-the-mill lamps, but hey. So as you can see here, I got their, you know, little bulbs. And I also took some rubbing alcohol with some Q-tips and cleaned out the little sockets before sticking the bulbs in them. To say the least, that would have been probably a fire hazard down the road if I wasn't to do that. But yeah, there was a bit of buildup of dust, some dog hair, not as much as like the inside of these guys when you take out these. Anyway, yeah, you know, some oils just from sitting there, maybe grease, depending on where they were. I don't know, just a buildup. Needless to say, they didn't have their bulbs in them, as to why there was a buildup of that in their sockets. But leave it to me to clean it out, and now they are pretty much up and ready to go. I'm not going to say they didn't work before, but like I said, it maybe possibly down the road would have caused some sort of fire hazard. Or if not a fire hazard, they probably would have most likely burnt out because of that. But now they're all cleaned out, their little sockets and all that, so they're more than safe to use, and they'll probably most definitely run for, you know, years to come. Anyway, enough with the chitter chatter. Here's this. I got plugged all the way up into this doohickey and all the way up into there. I got this for the light. So let's click these on. Alright. Turn off the light. And voila. Yeah. Now, isn't that magical? Aren't those cute? I actually really like them, but unfortunately they are for resale, so yeah. But yeah, that's it. I just want to show you guys what they looked like all lit up and whatnot. Frog lamps. And this is what they look like on with the overhead light on. Very nice. Well, that's all. That's all she wrote. Bye-bye. Hi, everyone. It's me, Dana from Dana's Antique Goodies. Welcome back. Wait a minute. Why am I saying welcome back? Oh, yeah, that's right. No need, because this is basically just the end of the video. This is yet another little, special ending. You know, special little snippet, you know, at the end of the video and all. Again, I haven't been posting as many videos as I should be. You know the drill. Every, Sunday, Monday is when I usually post a video, or 2, or 3, or 4, depending on. But again, it's a good thing that I haven't been doing that as frequently as I should be doing, I guess. Because I found some more thrift store goodies, and I thought, what a better way to show you all the things that I found, all the neat treasures I brought back to my humble abode, than to include this little snippet at the end of the video of me cleaning up those little brush frog lamps. Brass, not brush. Okay, so right off the bat, today is the 17th of February, so Valentine's Day is done and over with. I'm not gonna say really long gone, because 14, 15, 16, 17, it's only been, 4 days since Valentine's happened. So, my boyfriend Jamie got me a box of Gertrude Hawk's Jordan crackers. And boy, did they go up in price. It's like $17 a box. Dry lips, sorry. You get about 30 chocolates. I'd say for that kind of money, fill up the whole entire box. Trying to cheap out on everyone, are they? With all the money they raking. They got the good chocolate, you know. Yeah, $3 more. $3 shy, and it'd be like $20 for just a box of chocolates. But hey, grateful that it got me them, but I just wish you wouldn't spend that much of an arm and leg on me, you know. That's outrageously expensive. And then on top of that, I got this cute little bear called a Sweetheart Teddy. So I guess I'll just call him my little sweetheart. It's a generic little plush teddy bear. It says I love you or I heart you. Well, I got that to go along with the chocolates. So I can have the, you know, teddy bear with his cold dead eyes judge me while I consume a almost $20 box of chocolates from Gertrude Hawk's, you know. Alright, so my phone's at 10%. Let's get the show on the road. So there's this local thrift store that I actually frequent a lot more than I do the Salvation Army. But there's a bridge, and right over the bridge is one of my local Salvation Armies. And then there's another one, actually two within that same area. And that one, the other one that's a lot closer to me, just hasn't been having a lot lately. You know, or never really had a lot to begin with, should I say. But this other one does. And they've been pushing out a lot of goodies lately. But for now, the local little thrift store that I've been going to like just about every other day so far, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but I got these two things. Now, there's no name, no date on them. Whether they were mass produced by a factory back in the day, and you bought them off the store shelves, or they were just the mold, you know, a plain old biscuit that you bought from a biscuit shop, and, you know, you painted it in like your free time or whatever, you know, as a hobby or whatever. I say whatever a lot. So I got this guy, and I got this one. So for him, I only paid about $4, and this one, 91 cents. Might as well just say almost $1. So $6 for both. They're like $3 a piece. But there's actually not a flaw in either one of them. Almost. But with this guy over here, which you might not be able to see, but in his the left corner of his tooth, his buck teeth, he actually has a chip of glaze missing. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it. See this discoloration right there, maybe? That sharpness. Yeah, it's a chip. And I also thought this was like a bag of baguettes or something, like from France. But if it wasn't for him gnawing on this gargantuan looking carrot in his hand there, yeah, I would have said he was like carrying like a pouch of bread. No, it's just a pouch of carrots. What really drawn me to this guy is the colors and the way he's painted with all the different outlines and stuff. He almost looks like he belongs like in a comic or something. Like very like artsy, like abstract art or something. I just really love the colors. The colors and the way he's painted really drawn me to him. And he has these creepy little yellowed ghoul eyes. I'm going to have to say that both of them, maybe they're from like 70s or like 80s, I'd say. And this is what he looks like all around. So
Here's the front of him. He has a nice little hairdo, and also his tail has a texture on it, much like the bunny cookie jar I showed you all from the same thrift store, actually. There's his hair, his ears, his feet. And he's wearing these overalls with the one strap, so he's like a hillbilly bunny of some sorts. And then we got this one. It's a sweet little bunny rabbit, a very sweet, precious little bunny rabbit, holding on to dear life, holding on this carrot for dear life. This ginormous carrot. And here's the bottom of it. Then here's a close up. It has these pink little highlights in its eyes instead of being like white or whatever. This is just tape I have to get off. Where's this guy again? But yeah, that's that. And then at the Salvation Army, I got these two little guys. So I'm gonna estimate them being from like the 80s or like the 90s, but they also had these like during the 70s too. But I'm gonna say 80s, 90s. They're like really flimsy plastic, made in China. They both have their stoppers, see? But one's different. The other one has more depth to it than this one. It's more cheap. They're both the same bunny. Same exact bunny, except I'm going to have to say the blue one has a lot more detail than the pink one does. And they have these very menacing, hard plastic orange eyes. Why orange? I don't know. But these almost look to me as though they were like new old stock, like someone bought them, put them away, and just forgot about them, because they don't have any smell to them at all. No dust buildup in their fuzz, or any sort of discoloration like fading from sitting like in their windowsills or whatever, or up on the shelf in general, just from the light alone. The UVs, it drains the colors out of things. So here's the blue one. He has a little slit on his back to put money in. Fuzzy. And this is the pink one. Go this way, I guess. See? And I only paid 49 cents for them each. So about 50 cents, so $1 for the both. It's not too bad for these little guys. Moving on. Oh, and the Salvation Army I got these from. I also got all this stuff from, but this was just yesterday. That was earlier in the week. So I got this gal, which is something I usually wouldn't get. Ooh. You know me. I like cats, bunnies, animals. I don't really collect like statues of like people, I'm going to say. So this is a cute Harlequin girl. On the back of her it says 64 and a name and all that. I'm guessing of the mold. And again, I have a feeling that someone bought this as just a plain old biscuit. And then in their free time, their hobby or whatever, they painted her. Did one heck of a job though. Very good. What I like about her is just her stance, her outfit, the colors. I'm gonna say she's from the 70s. She looks like this looks like you would this would be something in some girl's room back like in the 70s for decoration, or in some old lady's house, like in their living room, like in the corner, like on an end table by the side of the couch or sofa or whatever. What was I gonna say? So yeah, she has like this this one side that's like minty green, and the other side which is like a pearl, and then she has like this gold blonde hair with the pigtails, brown eyes, a yellow base, um, all the parts of her body that are gold and in this white or glazed. But as for the rest of her, like the minty side, the yellow base, her skin, her hair, her face, They're not glazed, just the paint, and that was that. She's in really good shape all around. Other than the gold paint itself with the glaze, there's some crackage, but I'm just going to have to say that's due to age. Oh, and within her in the white too of her outfit. But again, I'm just going to have to say that's just the glaze. But it adds character. It's not like it's ruined or anything. It just has like that crackage from overtime, probably from hot and cold or wherever she was stored before she was donated to the thrift store. But other than that, she's in phenomenal shape. And I'm actually glad to have her be a part of my collection. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, so I apologize about that. But yeah, she's quite tall. She's as tall as my torso. It's like a gosh darn trophy. But here's the front of her. This is the back. And her head. And her bottom. And this is the writing I'm talking about. But it's all backwards on camera. But yeah, I really like her. Now, this is what I was going to say. But in the moment, my brain stopped working, as it does a lot of times when making these videos. Now I'm not quite sure, should I keep her or should I sell her? Now, like I said in the last video, in my other little snippet at the end, special little snippet, I don't go to the stores just for resale. I go for myself, to collect, to add, and to grow to my collections. But there are some things, if it's the right price, much like everyone else who does that sort of thing, I'll pick up to potentially resell it. But I'm not quite sure if I want to resell her. She seems like one of a kind. I can't find her anywhere else online. But you know what she does remind me of? So there's these vintage paintings of kids, boys and girls in these little Harlequin outfits, and they're really tall and skinny paintings from like the 60s and 70s. And there's this one girl who's in the same exact outfit, holding the mask like she is, with the same hair, the pigtails, the bangs, but she's in a black and white outfit, not a mint and gold outfit. And she has a little poof at the top of her head too, like has the pigtails on the side, has that one little Pebbles little pigtail at the top of her head. And that's exactly what this statue looks like. So that's why I kind of went ahead and picked her up, because I never just saw a statue version of one of those paintings. The Harlequin kids in one of those paintings, other than just the paintings. And I only picked her up for $3, $2.99. So it's quite good. And last but not least, before my phone dies, I picked up this moo cow and this bug. $3.99 each, so 4 and 4, 8. The cow is for keeps. I really like this cow. Isn't it cute? Look at his little tongue and little bell. And it doesn't have a butt tag or anything on it, but I'm going to say it's probably from like the 80s. This moo cow. We should get a better look at him. There we go. He's quite big. And then we have this bug, which is for resale. I believe to say he's from like 1995 or 6. Oh, 1998. I was close. Somewhat. He has his big bulging eyes, big antennas, his large wings. And he has these cool sneakers with the shoelaces in them. See? And he's from Namco. Now, the only ones I could find of this guy are smaller, like the size of like just his torso. And I believe to say they're red and purple, or like purple and red, or is it blue or something? But this is like a aqua blue or green with purple. It's not really up my alley, but I did get them for resale. I also had a Namco Alien I picked up for $5 at one of my local flea markets in the summertime, an outdoor flea market. And hi everyone, I'm back. Sorry about that. Phone died, as you might have guessed it, because I was cut off at the end while I was trying to explain something. But here's a little point of view at all the things I've just shown you, so you get a better, more hands-on look at them all. Here's the Valentine's teddy, the chocolates. Don't mind my dry hands. That's what you get from washing them all the time, Here's the blue bunny. And stopper and all that. And here's the pink one. And this is the statue. And maybe you could get a better look at what I'm talking about, the crackage. Let's see here. See that? See those lines? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about all throughout her gold and white paint. Maybe you could see it on her leg too. Let's see. Yeah, see all those little hairline cracks in the glaze? Yeah. That's alright. Like I said, that's more or less just from age, or depending on where she's been stored this whole time. Hot and cold, like the attic and whatever. Oh yeah, and here's her face. Before I go ahead and turn her around. Oh, maybe you could get a better look at her writing here. And here's this guy again. Oh, and yeah, there's the little piece of glaze I was talking about that was missing from his tooth there. And here's the plushes. Here's a better look at it. It's very soft, actually. Moo cow. Little ton bell. It's actually missing the little dinger on the inside, but that, no problem. I could get one of those or just replace the whole bell in general. So it could go ding ding. And here's the back of it. Mr. Moo cow. And there's the insect. I'm gonna say it's a fly. And he's actually quite soft as well. Not even on the eyes. They're like it's like a stocking feeling. But this is actually like fuzzy. It's like the cow here. The cow is actually a lot softer than the bug is. And I prefer the cow over the bug. That's why I'm keeping him forever and always versus him. So he's for sale. He is not, nor never will be. These two, not for sale. Not for sale. Definitely not for sale. And I'm not quite sure with her. Kind of on the fence, but I think I just might end up keeping her. She is really unique after all. And, well, yep, that's, pretty much it. So I, hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for the long wait again, but like I said, I, hope it all was worth it. I would think so. I would think it was worth the wait, right? And, hope you all had a happy Valentine's Day, and see ya next time. Hopefully see ya really soon. Bye-bye for now.